Imagine, if you will, being so profoundly unimpressed by the concept of celebrity that you treat a cheering crowd of fans like a mildly inconvenient hedge blocking your path to a very important sandwich. Most people spend their lives thirsting for a single moment in the spotlight. Her Royal Highness Princess Anne, however, treats the spotlight like a flickering bulb she's been meaning to replace since 1974. Today, we are diving into a masterclass of royal pragmatism versus modern charm, featuring a Welsh schoolyard, a future king, and the most iconic eye of places to be energy ever recorded on British soil. Quick favor, if you are enjoying this deep dive into royal dynamics, do hit that subscribe button. Believe it or not, over 92% of our regular viewers haven't actually subscribed yet. It is entirely free, takes less than a second, and it truly means the world to us here at Royal Fusion TV. Thank you so much if you have already. Now, back to the show. So, there we were at Christ College Brecon. The sun was out, a rare Welsh miracle in itself, and the air was thick with the scent of freshly ironed uniforms and nervous anticipation. The Prince of Wales, William, looking every bit the approachable future monarch, and Princess Anne, the woman who literally invented the stiff upper lip, arrived at this prestigious boarding school. Now, you might expect a slow-motion, hand-waving procession with a choir of angels. Instead, what we got was a hilarious study in generational contrasts. While William was busy winning hearts and minds, and was looking for the exit. It is like watching a golden retriever try to make friends at a park while a seasoned border collie stares at the gate, wondering when the actual work starts. But why were they there? This wasn't just a random pop-in to check on the quality of the school's crumpets. They were en route to Brecon Cathedral for a memorial service for Dame Siân Legburk. For those not in the inner circle, Dame Siân was more than just a name, she was a fixture of the boys' childhoods. She passed away peacefully at 82, leaving behind a legacy that spanned the 18,000-acre Glanasg estate. This was personal. But even in mourning, the royal family operates with the precision of a Swiss watch, or, in Anne's case, a rugged Land Rover that refuses to break down even if you drive it through a river. As they strolled through the school grounds, William did what William does best, he people-personed. He stopped, he smiled, and he engaged with the students who had skipped their revision for a glimpse of royalty. He leaned in with that classic "I'm one of you" energy, asking the children, "No school work?" before cheekily adding, "Surely, it is exam time, it must be." It is the ultimate dad joke, delivered with the polished grace of a man who knows exactly how to handle a crowd. The children giggled, the teachers beamed, and for a moment, it was a quintessential royal PR win. Meanwhile, in the background, and I do mean literally walking out of the frame, was Princess Anne. While William was debating the merits of netball matches and wishing the kids good luck, and was seen asking for directions and simply walking on. No lingering, no small talk about She is 75 years old and has performed more royal engagements than most of us have had hot dinners. She doesn't need to ask about exams. She knows the syllabus better than the headmaster. It is this unfazed of the firm. She is the human equivalent of a loading bar that hits 100% instantly while everyone else is still stuck at the introductory animation. She isn't being rude, she's being British. There is a schedule, there is a cathedral, and there are precisely 0 seconds allocated for vibing. To understand why this trip to Wales felt so grounded, we have to look back at the Glanasg estate near Crickhowell. This wasn't just a dot on a map for William and Harry, it was a sanctuary. Throughout their childhood, the brothers were frequent visitors to Dame Siân's massive estate. It is the kind of place where you can actually breathe away from the prying eyes of the London press. Dame Siân, the daughter of the third Lord Glanasg, represented a bridge to a more private, traditional era of the monarchy. She was a confidant, a protector of their peace, and a woman who commanded immense respect. Seeing William return to this part of the world feels like a homecoming, albeit a bittersweet one. Even Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, hitched a ride on the royal helicopter to pay her respects. It is a reminder that behind the titles and the motorcades, these are people with deep-rooted histories and family friends who shaped who they are. It is also a reminder that if you are a royal, your commute involves a helicopter and a welcoming committee, which certainly beats the London Underground during rush hour when someone is eating a tuna sandwich next to you. This Welsh excursion follows hot on the heels of William and Kate's visit to Llanidloes last week for St. David's Day. If the Brecon visit was about stoic respect, the St. David's trip was an absolute explosion of yellow. The Prince and Princess of Wales were practically buried in daffodils. Despite the dreary Welsh rain, which, let's be honest, is just standard Welsh weather, the couple beamed. Kate was handed bouquet after bouquet by fans who had clearly been camping out since dawn. There is something inherently British about standing in a downpour to hand a flower to a princess, and Kate handled it with her usual effortless poise. They even had daffodils pinned to their lapels, looking like the world's most stylish gardeners. A vase filled with the yellow flowers was even placed on the table as the princess chatted to members of the public in a local cafe. This wasn't just a photo op, it was an immersion. From chatting in local shops to receiving flowers from excited punters, the Waleses are currently leaning hard into their namesake territory. They are making it clear, Wales isn't just a title on a letterhead, it is their home turf, and they are here for every single damp petal. Returning to our star of the show, Princess Anne. Her walk-on-by moment in Brecon has gone viral for all the right reasons. In an era where every public figure is desperately trying to be relatable, Anne's refusal to perform for the cameras is refreshing. She is the practical royal. She sees a memorial service on the schedule, she sees a path to the cathedral, and she takes the shortest distance between those 2 points. It is a brilliant analogy for how she approaches her entire life. While the younger royals handle the branding, and handles the business. She is the engine room of the monarchy, unseen, slightly loud, and incredibly reliable. If William is the high-tech touchscreen interface of the royal family, and is the physical on-off switch that never fails. You might not get a selfie with her, but you can bet your life she's already finished the paperwork for the next 3 events while you were still trying to find a filter. She reminds us that there is a time for charm and a time for getting the job done. While William represents the future, bright, communicative, and warm, and represents the foundation. The foundation doesn't need to smile, it just needs to hold the building up. You might wonder why we are still so obsessed with these dynamics. In 2026, the monarchy is in a fascinating transition. We have William and Kate, the masters of the modern relatable royal image, balancing against the old-guard efficiency of Princess Anne. It creates a balanced ecosystem. You need the charm of the Prince of Wales to keep the public engaged, but you need the no-nonsense grit of the Princess Royal to keep the institution grounded in reality. The Brecon visit wasn't just a funeral attendance, it was a display of the 2 halves of the royal heart. One side is empathetic and conversational, the other is focused, traditional, and moves at a brisk 4 miles per hour regardless of who is watching. It is a fascinating dance to watch, and frankly, we could all learn a little something from Anne's keep moving philosophy. Life is short, memorial services are long, and sometimes you just need to ask for directions, ignore the cameras, and get on with it. Whether you are being showered with daffodils in the rain or dodging school children in the sunshine, the royal family remains the world's longest-running reality show, and business is booming. Thank you so much for watching Royal Fusion TV. We appreciate your time and your support. See you in the next one.